full of practical common sense. Chin firm and determined. Brow dominating, commanding. That was the man who founded the great firm of James Cartwright & Co. And you should make it your aim in life to prepare yourself to take my place as head of the firm, the third Cartwright in direct line. It's no good despising the business, John.
I'm not despising the business, Father. But I've got ideas and I want to develop them.
Of course you've got ideas. You're a Cartwright. You can't develop them on the race course or chasing about the countryside in a fast car.
But, Father, if you'd only let me have some money, I promise I'll get down to it. But in my own way.
The best place for you to get down to it's in the business. And on that I must insist.
But I want to work independently.
There are no two ways about it. Either you do as I say, or I refuse to continue your allowance any longer.
You mean that?
I do.
Then I better go my own way.
As you please.
And I'll only come back to you when I've proved that I'm right. Well, goodbye, Father.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mother.
Where are you going, John?
I think you better ask Father.
What's John talking about?
Hmm? Oh, don't you worry, my dear. He'll soon come to his senses. He's a Cartwright.
The day will come when you'll be proud of it yet. You mark my words.
The kitchen is depressing enough without having that in front of me every time I sit down to a meal.
You call this a that? That is a speaking likeness of your father. A beautiful picture.
It's old-fashioned and should be in the attic.
In the attic? That's a work of art. A photograph of your father done in oils.
Yes, it looks as though he was well oiled the day he had that done.
Look, if it wasn't cruelty to animals, I'd choke you with a sausage.
Well, I think it's awful.
Awful. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. If your father's ashes could hear what you're saying, they'd turn in their urn.
Oh, but Mother, now surely we could have something more bright and cheerful in its place.
I wouldn't take that down for all the pots in China.
All right, if you're not going to take it down, I'm going to live in lodgings.
Live in lodgings? Leave the house that you were bred and butted in. You don't know what you're talking about.
I do know what I'm talking about. I'm serious, Mother. Either that goes or I'm going.
Look, daughter, it's not going for you or anybody like you. That's your father, and it's a beautiful photograph. And let me tell you, before you were born, that man was the sole support of this house.
Well, let me tell you, Mother, that man is doing nothing to support the house now, so it's coming down.
Now, leave it alone. Now, leave it alone. I'll flatten you. Will you leave me free? You know you're not. Leave it alone, I tell you. I promised your father I wouldn't take that picture down till the house came down. And it's just going on. Help! Help! She murdered me! She murdered me! She pushed me way down with the roof of my own ceiling! Oh!
Oh, Mommy.
Oh!
Oh, Mother, I'm so sorry. Oh, Mommy, pull yourself together. Come on, you'll be late for your work.
Oh, what time is it?
Oh, it's 9:30.
9:30? Oh, I should have been there at 8. Where's me things? Where's me things? Oh, fancy an hour and a half late, and I've never been late at the office for the last 40 years. I'll never forgive you for this.
Oh, Mother, don't go to work today. Write a note and say you're sick.
I'm going to my work, and I'm not going to say I'm sick. I've never shirked my work in my life. I've got to clean those offices, and clean them I will.
Oh,
Where's my
I
shawl?
take it easy. There's your
Where's
shawl.
my shawl?
Go on.
And let me tell you this, not another word about you leaving home.
Oh, never mind about me, Mother. Go on off to your work.
And don't forget, that picture stays put. Oh, Mr. Pot's gone again.
Mr. Mason, sir.
Ah, there you are, Mason. Sit down. Got everything ready for the board meeting?
Yes, sir. I have all the plans here.
Good. Tell me how your experiment's going.
Very successful so far. I think the board should be very pleased. Actually, I'm still working on the vital element for the fuel. When I find it, I shall have something which will revolutionize transport all over the world.
Indeed. Tell me, Mason, what are your financial arrangements with the firm?
Well, sir, the firm is paying for my experiments and giving me all the facilities to complete them.
Yes. I know, but after the experiments are completed and the things have proved success, what then?
Well, I suppose Cartwright & Co. will adopt the idea and pay me so much to take over the patent.
Quite. But there's another point of view. Do you think it quite fair to let Cartwright alone have the benefit of what you yourself admit to be of world value? Can you take my tip? And again, I'm speaking to you as a friend. Why not handle this whole thing yourself? Sell it throughout the world to the highest bidders. You're going to make a fortune that way.
Would that be quite right, Mr. Warrender? After all, Cartwright & Co.
An invention of this type should not be monopolized by one firm.
Of course, if you put it like that. But even so, I couldn't continue my experiments without financial help of some kind. But I'm no businessman.
Well, I might be able to help you there. What do you say if I take over the whole thing, privately? Then at least we can see that the whole world benefits, rather than just one firm.
But,
Good, you agree. Well, I'll tell you what we do. You tell the board that the experiments have failed. I'll see that you get to work secretly and carry on right the way through until the whole thing is ready for the international market.
but Mr. Warren, you don't... just...
Hello, yes? Oh, Mr. Cartwright's here. Right, thank you. Cartwright's here now, waiting for us. You leave the talking to me.
Morning.
Morning.
Sorry I'm late. Little domestic difficulty. Mason here?
Yes. He's on his way up, sir. Is Mason one of our men?
Yes, and I feel rather proud of it. He certainly looks like finding the solution of the transport problem.
And less than new fuel is much cheaper than that already in use. I hardly think the proposition worth discussing.
Oh, I don't know. I'm all for modern methods, and I like the idea.
Oh, there you are, Mason.
Good morning, sir.
Your experiments completed?
Well, no.
You don't mean to say they failed?
No, not exactly. You see,
Most disappointing, most disappointing.
You mean the whole idea's no good?
well, I wouldn't go so far as to say that, sir. You see, the motor's working satisfactory. I have the plans of that here.
Well, let's get down to business and have a look at them. Good gracious. Just look at the condition of this table. Who's responsible for cleaning this office?
I am.
You?
Yes, Mother Riley at your service.
Service? Service? You call this service? Looks as if it hasn't been dusted for months. Look at that.
And look at that.
And that, and that.
And that, and that, and that. Game and set. Oh, where's me things?
Clear out!
I will as soon as I've cleaned up. Oh, where's me duster? Pardon me, won't you? Blow.
Oh, well, what are you doing?
Can't somebody do something?
Don't bother, boys, don't bother. Keep your seats. I can do all the doing that wants doing myself.
Miss Peach! Peach is gone!
And it's just as well it has, sir, because in the mood you are at the present moment, you might say something you'll be sorry for the rest of your life, wouldn't you, sir? Thank you, but I've no time to sit down now. Did he get a thrill?
I'm giving you a fortnight's notice.
I'm not taking it unless you give me a fortnight's notice.
Get out before I lose my temper, will you?
But what have I done while I'm doing my work?
Put her out.
Stand back. Stand back. You put me out. You couldn't put the cat out.
Can't stand any more of this. Listen, you're sacked.
I'm sacked, Hammer. Well, I'm not taking the sack. I'll have a couple of sandbags, but no sack will I take from you.
Oh, get out.
I'm going to have a bunch. I'm out of my sight. Will you give it to me?
You're sacked.
I want me things. I want my things. Where's my things?
What an amazing creature.
Yes. Well, in view of these various disturbances, I suggest that we adjourn the meeting until such time as Mr. Mason can give us something more concrete.
Yes, I'm inclined to agree with you. At the same time, I think it's only fair to point out that I've been personally approached by several other inventors who are working along similar lines. So the question will now arise as to who completes the invention first. Naturally, I'd prefer to see one of our own firm successful, so it only remains to wish Mr. Mason the best of luck and hope to see him back here again soon. I think that'll be all, gentlemen.
Mr. Warren sent you these cards, Mother Riley.
Mr. Warren just sent me these cards, did he? I'd like to send him a card. One with a big black edge round it.
I'm sorry you're going, Mother Riley.
Oh, it's not my fault I'm going. I've no need to be told twice to go. I don't want to stay where I'm not wanted. If Mr. Warrender went down on his hands and knees and begged and prayed to me to stay, I wouldn't even think of it. If Mr. Cartwright asked me, of course I might consider it. But Mr. Warrender...
I will miss you, Mother Riley.
You'll miss me? It's nice of you to say that. I'll miss you too. And all this. But Mr. Warrender...
Well, goodbye, Mother Riley.
Goodbye, my dear. I'll be seeing you.
Hello, Mother.
Hello, daughter.
Finished?
Yes, sir. Finished.
You finished early today, haven't you?
Yes, I know I have. I wanted to stay, but Mr. Cartwright insisted that I should go.
That's very nice of Mr. Cartwright. What did he say?
Oh, he was very nice about it himself. He said he preferred my room to my company.
Have you done your dusting down?
That's just it, daughter. That's just it. I started me dusting down, and it ended in a dust-up.
You didn't give them any cheek, Mother. If you're not very careful, you'll get the sack.
I'm afraid I was careless, and I got it.
Oh, Mother, please, you haven't got the sack and worked so hard to find...
Now, daughter, don't fuss, don't fuss. It's only a matter of reorganization, that's all. Just a matter of reorganization. As I've always told your daughter, as soon as one door shuts, another one opens.
What the devil do you think you're doing?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were listening. I didn't know you were leaning against the door, sir.
What are you hanging about here for? You've been sacked, haven't you?
I know I have, I know I have.
Go!
I'm going.
Go!
I've gone with the wind up.
Your morning tea, sir.
Oh, thank you.
You know, you mustn't be too hard on Mother.
No, she ought to know better.
Yes, I know, but she works harder than anybody around here. Surely you could speak to Mr. Cartwright about her?
Well, I might, Miss Riley. On one condition.
What is the condition?
Listen. Come and have dinner with me tonight at the Roxy, and I'll tell you all about it.
Well, if I do, will you promise to try and do everything that you can to get my mother her job back?
We'll see.
All right, I'll come.
Settle then. I'll call for you tonight at 7.
I love these perky little pigeons. They seem to expect us humans to share our grub with them. And the funny thing about it is they don't care how it's served. They don't mind if it's chucked at them. Lovely day for a picnic, isn't it, sir?
Yes. Fresh air certainly gives you a good appetite.
It does. I wouldn't miss my midday snack on this bench for all the gold in the world. I suppose you'll be dining at the Ritz, won't you, sir?
I wish I were.
You wish you were? Now, if I wasn't a nosy Parker, I'd start asking questions. But as I'm not a nosy Parker, I never ask questions. I just wait for people to tell me things.
I'm afraid you wouldn't be interested.
You never know. And remember, a trouble shared is a trouble halved.
That's true.
What's your trouble?
Well, I'm looking for the road to fortune.
Are you? I've been looking for that myself.
Have you? Any luck?
I've worn a lot of boots and shoes out trying to find it. How far have you got?
This bench?
Got any money?
Well, if sandwiches were 12 a penny, I couldn't buy one.
That's the worst of these fortunes. Nobody supplies you with bread and butter while you're making them. Here, help yourself.
Oh, no, thank you. You see, I've got to earn my living, not exist on charity.
Charity? That's the worst of some folks. It would be a hard world if we couldn't help a friend when he was up against it without him thinking it was charity. Come on. Muck in.
Are you sure you can spare it?
Oh, yes. You see, I'm on a diet. I'm reducing. Take that one.
Oh, thank you. They're good.
You must have got the one with the meat in it. Now tell me, how did this fortune-making start?
Well, you see, I had a row with my governor.
The governor at the factory and you got the sack?
No. My governor, my father. So I walked out of the house.
Without any money?
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to manage?
I don't know. I've still got my watch.
Oh, don't take it to Uncle's. Let his sign be a warning to you. 3 brass balls. That's 2 to 1. You never get it out again.
I expect you're right.
Where are you going to sleep tonight with friends?
I don't know.
Well, what are you going to do?
Oh, there's always this bench.
This bench? Oh, you couldn't do that. You're not used to roughing it. Let me help you.
No, you've already been too kind. Besides, why should you bother about me?
Taking a fancy to you.
Really? Well, as a matter of fact, I've taken rather a fancy to you.
Then we're quits. Now, tonight, if you find this bench a little hard, come to see Mother Riley. That's me.
Oh, no, really, I couldn't accept.
The bed linen may be a little threadbare, but it's clean.
Sure it is.
And the address is 7 Treadmill Street, next to the gasworks. Oh, I'm forgetting my shopping.
Well, thank you very much for the sandwich, Mrs. Riley. And perhaps you'll be seeing me tonight.
You'll be ever so welcome.
Oh, gracious, 6 o'clock already.
I don't need a clock to tell me it's past my tea time.
All right, Jim, I'll get it for you when I'm finished.
Oh, those shops. You never saw anything like it in all your life. I had to wait such a long time before it could get served.
You're not the only one that's got to wait. When do I get my tea?
What, the table not laid yet?
I haven't had time.
What's this in aid of?
I'm going out to dinner.
Going out to dinner? Who with? Where to? What for? Why? I don't believe it.
Now, it's no good getting excited, Mummy. I'm going out. I don't get much chance to have a bit of fun.
Any girl who goes out at night for a bit of fun usually ends up in funny business.
What about my tea?
Oh, Jim, you'll have to wait, because you know it's very rude to start before the guest arrives.
Guest?
What guest?
A young gentleman I met this morning. I asked him to come up and see me sometime, and he's coming round tonight.
What about my tea?
Oh, Jim, you'll be going to the local tonight, won't you, for your game of darts?
Yes, Jim, you go to the local. Mummy can look after the young gentleman.
And I'll stay here and look after your mother.
Mother, I'll have to go. I've got to think of my future.
Just you mind yourself, daughter. And remember this, that there's many a girl gone out after tea thinking of her future and come home to her supper thinking of her past.
Don't worry, Mother.
Now, what's all this?
You'll soon find out.
Well, when do I get me tea?
Oh, Jim, I'm sorry, but you couldn't meet this gentleman like that.
Why not?
Why, if he sees you like that, he'll think you're as common as muck. Jim, you'll have to wash your face if you insist upon staying in, and put a collar and tie on, and put a suit on as well, will you?
Wash my face and put a... I never wore a collar and tie in my life, and this is the only suit I've got.
But you'll do it for me, won't you, Jim? Please change your suit.
Oh, all right. I'll wash my face. I'll put a collar and tie on. I'll change my suit. You and your boyfriend.
Oh, good evening. Is this 7 Treadmill Street?
Yes?
Mrs. Riley asked me to call.
Oh, I see. College boy goes slumming just to see how the poor live. Is that the idea?
Well, in a way, yes. You see, I've got to find out that pretty soon because I happen to be one of the poor.
Well, if that's your idea of a funny joke, Mr...
Right's the name.
Well, we don't want any funny jokes today, so good evening.
Oh, I don't blame you for trying to get rid of me, but I would like to see Mrs. Riley just for a minute.
Well, you can't see my mother. She's busy.
Oh, no, I'm not. Come right in. Come right in. 1,000 welcomes. We've been expecting you, haven't we, Kitty?
I've grown used to expecting anything from you, Mother, but this is a new one on me.
This way, please. You're just in time for tea. Oh, this is marvelous. It's just a homely home, and we're a homely family. Just me, Kitty, and the Major.
The Major?
Yes, the Major. Major Hartop. I want you to meet our guest. You'll like the Major. He's from India, been out east, a great traveler. Most interesting. Mr. Wright, the Ah! Ow!
Now what have you done?
I blistered me brisket. What's that?
Oh, that's Mr. Winder. He's taking me out to dinner.
Oh, so you're going out with him, are you? It's nothing but a lamb in wolf's underwear.
Good night, Mr. Ryan. Nice to have met you.
Thank you.
Good night, Mummy.
So long, daughter. Have a good time. But don't forget, if you're not back between 9:30 and next Wednesday, I shall bolt the door. Now, boys, for a nice spot of high tea. Sit down there, Mr. Wright.
Yep. What are we going to have?
Egg. Are you fond of egg, Mr. Wright?
Yes, thank you.
There. It's a beauty.
Hey, where's mine?
I'm sorry, but I could only get one from the shop today.
Well, what am I going to have?
The same as me, a nice basin of egg broth.
Enjoying yourself?
It's beautiful. And it's very nice of you to have brought me to a lovely place like this.
You know, you belong to this life. You won't have pretty things, champagne, lots of laughter.
I wish Mr. Cartwright thought so. I don't know what we're going to do if Mother doesn't get her job back.
Well, I've told you I'll try and arrange something. If you're willing to help me.
This all sounds so mysterious. What could I possibly do to help you?
Nothing very exacting. But from time to time, there'll be little things down at the office that I want you to find out for me. You see, there's something going on there which I as superintendent ought to know about.
Well, what exactly do you want me to do?
Just carry out my instructions from time to time and ask no questions. Is it a deal?
If you will answer me one question now.
What is it?
Are you working for the firm or against it?
My dear girl, why should I be working against my own firm?
All right. Then you won't mind me mentioning our little talk to Mr. Cartwright, will you?
Oh, I shouldn't bother Mr. Cartwright with trifles, and anyway, he won't be interested.
I'm not so sure. I think perhaps he might be.
You know, I don't think we do understand each other after all. Let's drop the whole subject, shall we? It seems a pity about your mother losing her job.
I don't think my mother would want her job back on these conditions.
You know, Mother Riley, you're a most remarkable woman. Here am I, a complete stranger. You don't know who I am or what I am, except that I haven't got a penny in my pocket or a roof to my head, and yet you take me in.
That's all right. John?
But what's even more remarkable is that you yourself should have got the sack today.
So that's your toff, eh? That's your gentleman friend. Ha ha. So you haven't got a roof to cover you or a penny in your pocket. And you've got the sack. Ha ha ha.
Yes, but you got your job, haven't you, Jim?
Oh, so that's it. You're relying on me, are you? I'm to be the little breadwinner. I'm to be the sole support. Hey, you. Get out of my chair. I'm boss here. No!
Now you have got something to get the needle about.
So you dress me up like a tough, would you? I'll show you. Make me wear a stiff collar and a boiled shirt, would you? I'll show you. And to make me wash me hands and face before I have my tea, would you? There.
Look here, you. You can be as rough as you like and as rude as you like, but whether you like it or not, Mr. Wright is staying here tonight, and moreover, he's sharing your room.
Oh, is he? Well, he's not, because I don't feel sociable.
Don't worry, Mother Riley. I'll be getting along. Thanks for all you've done.
But I haven't done. As big as you are, I'm not afraid of you. And when I say that Mr. Wright is sharing your room tonight, he's sharing your room tonight.
Oh, is he? Well, he's not sleeping with me because I'm not going to bed.
He's quite right. I'm the one who's butting in.
Well, you can butt out.
All right. Goodbye, Mother Riley. And thanks once again.
I tried, didn't I, John?
Hello, what's that?
A model, what do you think it is?
A model? Why, this is a double expansion reciprocating engine.
Yes. There's a wide difference between the various types used, you know.
Yes, but the type most generally used is this one.
Well, this is a model of the engine in question. What I'm working on now is to convert this so it can be driven by a new type of fuel. That's what I'm after.
Yes, that's what we're all after. Who made this?
I did.
Oh. You know, this model could bear a severe metrometric test. The compensating segmentary balance is perfect.
You sound like an expert.
Well, I do know something about this sort of thing.
What's your line?
Well, up to the moment, I'm just another inventor.
Well, if you're not in a hurry to go tonight, I'd like to go over this in detail with you.
Would you?
Yes.
Right.
I'm home.
Hello, had a good time?
Oh, not bad. Oh, hello, Mr. Wright. I didn't expect to find you here.
Oh, hello.
Oh, have you had a pleasant evening?
Yes, most interesting.
Now, don't bother the boys. They're busy. Come here, daughter. I want to tell you something. Come. Jim, you won't forget to bolt the door when Mr. Wright goes tonight, will you?
Oh, you go and bolt the door yourself. Mr. Wright's not going tonight or any other night. Information. Have you any idea who's concerned in the affair?
Yes, I've a pretty good idea. In fact, I've traced the trouble to a very unexpected source.
Yes?
A girl called Riley, one of the waitresses.
Riley. Riley? You don't mean the daughter of that woman who created a disturbance at the board meeting?
Yes, I'm afraid so. She has access to all the offices when she brings round tea, and she's been using her knowledge to her own advantage.
I might have known there was more in this than meets the eye. I suppose you have some proof of what you say?
Well, I'm pretty certain in my mind, and I think the girl knows I suspect her. But short of a written confession, proof is very hard to get.
I think for safety you'd better have her sacked.
26, 39, 55.
Clickety-click, Kelly's eye, housey, housey. Well, John, how are you getting on with the old engine? Have you given it the works?
Yes, but it won't work.
What a shame. What's wrong with it?
See, I want a micrometer.
I'll buy you one.
Oh, no, you've been too kind, Mrs. Riley.
Don't you worry about that. I've had the best wash of my life this week.
You see, I'm stuck over the flux density.
The duck's identity, any relation to Donald the duck?
No, the flux density is connected with the spark. Here, look.
It's all Greek to me. Just a minute, John, just a minute. What have you done on my chemise?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Mrs. Riley.
Oh, John, I never thought you'd make a blueprint out of me calico smock. I must let Jim see this. I don't want him to think that you've got designs on my underwear.
I'm so sorry. I've been working so hard, I didn't realize I was doing it on that.
Now, you're overdoing it. Now, you'll have a nervous breakdown. Now, Chop, stop it today. Jim will be home and he'll help you. Now, I say we'll have tea. And we'll have something special.
Well, I'll help you to lay the cloth, shall I?
That's very kind of you. But talking about work, I'd rather be overworked than have no work. Going to have a real tea tonight. Going to let myself go. A tin of peaches and a tin of salmon. I've never had both together before in my life.
Why, that's marvelous.
Do you think so? Hello, daughter.
Hello, Mother.
You're home earlier than usual, aren't you?
Am I?
All right.
Yes, I'm all right, Mother. I'm just a bit tired.
Don't worry. After some salmon and peaches and a good night's rest, you'll go to the office in the morning as fresh as a daisy.
But I'm not going to the office in the morning.
Not going to the office?
No.
Why?
Oh, just something Mr. Cartwright said to me.
What did he say to you?
You're sacked.
You're sacked. You've lost your job. No money at the end of the week.
No, Mother, no money.
John, you don't mind having the salmon without the peaches, do you?
No, of course not. I'm awfully sorry to hear about this, Miss Riley.
So you should be. You'll be on short rations from now on.
Daughter, that's not the way to talk. We shall get over this trouble just the same as we've got over our other troubles in the past. Thank goodness we've got a lodger. Everybody seemed to be coming home earlier today. Hello, Jim. Got a bit of dirt in your eye?
Oh, nothing.
You didn't eat your lunch today.
I had a bit of an argument down at the works
Who with?
with the foreman. He thinks he's the only one that can walk about with his hands in his pockets, so...
So you got the sack.
Well, that's finished it.
Well, my dear,
Hello, dear. Any news?
No, he hasn't been to his club or any of his usual haunts. I can't make it out. Sheriff?
No, thank you, sir. Oughtn't we to put an advertisement in the daily press?
Good heavens, and have a scandal? What do all my business friends say? Unthinkable.
But couldn't we put a message that only he'd understand?
Certainly not. That'd be tantamount to telling him he'd got his own way. I think he's behaved disgracefully, and I don't intend he'll get away with it.
Just as you say, dear.
In any case, he's far too fond of comfort to stay away if he encounters any real difficulties.
All the same, I wish we knew where he was.
Oh, don't you worry. He's doubtless running up a huge bill at some luxury hotel on the strength of my name.
Oh, it's no good us moping about like this. Now, let's get down to brass tacks. We're still out of work, aren't we? John's talking of clearing out because he thinks it's in the way.
Well, I might be able to get a job.
That's the best idea up to now.
Kitty.
Well, we've got to live and some of us must find work.
This is where I butt in. Now, this new design you're working on, do you think it'll go?
I'm sure it will. You see, they're working on a similar design, but on different lines up at Cartwright's. Of course, if I can bring it off, it'll mean a fortune, but it'll cost money.
Well, I'd like to help in that way if you let me.
You, Jim?
Oh, it's all right. Wait a minute. I've been a careful kind of a bloke, and I think I've put enough by to pay for the stuff to make this model and keep us all going in the meantime.
Jim, I always knew you had a heart of gold, but I didn't know you had a sack of it.
Well, I haven't got a heap of it, but what I got you're welcome to.
Well, that's grand of you, Jim. Well, Miss Riley, what have you got to say?
Well, I think you're all crazy, but I'm with you. I might be able to get somebody who will put up some more money.
Really? That's the nicest thing I've heard you say, Miss Riley.
What did I tell you? Up the Rileys, up we go again.
Riley, Hartop, and Wright.
Riley, Hartop, and Wright. Riley, Hartop, and Wright. We started to down, but you turned it down. Riley, Hartop, and Wright.
This is an unexpected pleasure, Miss Riley. Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Now, what can I do for you?
Well, this time I want you to do something for me.
Well, if it's about having your job back, Miss Riley,
Oh, no, it's not about that. It's about an investment.
Investment? Oh.
You see, there's a young inventor at our house, and he's got something that will revolutionize transport.
Sounds interesting, but what do you want me to do about it?
Well, he needs money so that he can rent premises large enough to carry out his final experiments.
If I could see this wonderful invention, I might consider it.
I'm sorry you couldn't do that. Until it's all finished, everything must be kept a secret.
In that case, I'm afraid I'm not interested.
Perhaps you'd rather invest in a petrol pump.
Petrol pump?
Yes. For when this invention is on the market, petrol pumps will be a thing of the past. Good morning.
I'm beginning to feel more like Thomas Edison every day.
Is this the gadget you wanted?
Yes, thank you.
I wish we had a workshop.
You know, Mother Riley, I think it's most unfair of us to turn your place upside down.
I don't care if you turn it inside out as long as we get in somewhere.
Whoa.
Mother, if you're not careful with that thing, you're going to go somewhere.
Are you all right, Mother Riley?
Oh, that sounds like a ready money knock. If it's the landlord, we're out. If it's the baker, tell him we need all the dough we've got this week for ourselves, and he's unlucky.
All right, don't worry, Mommy. I'll see to him.
You know, Mother Riley, I'm sure we're working on the right lines. But I'm still worried about that flashpoint.
You're worried about your flashpoint. I'm terrified. Every time this one sizzles, the balloon goes up.
Oh, Mother. This is a gentleman from a solicitor's office, and he said he's come to tell you something to your advantage.
It's very nice of him. I should be glad to hear it.
I represent the firm of Butterick, and Butterick.
And which one are you?
I am Butterick.
What, all four of them? Daughter, bring 3 more chairs for Mr. Butterscotch. Oh, pardon.
Butterick.
Your language.
I take it I may speak openly.
As open as you like. I'll tell you when to shut up.
Well, I'll go if you like, Mrs. Riley, but I think I ought to stay in case there's another explosion.
In those circumstances, no doubt it would be better for you to remain. Now, you are Mrs. Riley, madam?
That's me, Mr. Buttercup.
You can prove that you were the lawful wedded wife of the late George Riley?
Now, don't you insult me. I was lawfully married to the late George Riley before witnesses, and there's my daughter to prove it.
Mother, darling, the gentleman just wants to know, have you got any legal proof that you were married to Father?
I've got me marriage
You
lines.
see, I wish to trace you back to this genealogical tree.
Are you insinuating that I'm up the pole?
Tut, tut, tut. No, no, no.
It has lately come to our knowledge that the late George Riley was connected with a very wealthy family.
I told you, daughter, you'll be proud of your daddy yet.
But owing to a series of unforeseen accidents, the Dempster line is now extinct, and you are in the direct line of descent on the Distaff side.
Is there any money in it?
Well, at one time they were very wealthy.
What were they?
They were publicans. But they had a series of reverses.
Ah, just like your father. Always forgot to put the brake on when he was going downhill.
To be precise, the family fortunes disappeared.
I know. Swallowed the profits and went into liquidation.
But there is an estate left, property with the usual offices at Achterbroch in the county of Ethelfeffen, which now passes into your possession.
What does? Ethelfecken or Octobroch?
No, the property. And here are the deeds. I must offer you my best congratulations. You are indeed a fortunate lady. Very, very, very.
When can I move in?
There need be no delay. You can take possession as soon as you wish.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Butterscotch.
Butterick, madam. And I wish you all a very good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
I'll show you out. This way, Mr. Butterdish.
I wonder what this place is.
Well, it's probably one of those nice old country pubs.
Oh, it'll be lovely if it's in the country.
Well, I hope there's an outhouse or a cellar that we can make into a workshop.
Yes, Jim, that'll be grand.
Well, 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 what do you think of that?
Oh, Mother, what are you going to do about it?
I'm going to move in right away.
What, all of us?
Well, it'll be a treat to get away from that.
Make no mistake, young lady. That's coming too.
Oh, Mother, surely you're not going to take that.
As I told you before, where I go, he goes. You'll be careful with it, won't you, Jim? All ready?
You know the way?
John's got the map.
Be careful now, Mummy. Don't hurt yourself.
I can manage.
Are you all right?
Sure I am.
Go on, Mummy. Get going.
We are going, daughter. Out of the past, into the future. Jim. Where's Jim? Jim, come on, don't lag behind like that. Isn't the country beautiful? We've had a lovely day for the flitting, haven't we?
Well, according to the map, we ought to be there by now.
Oh, you can't depend on maps. That might be last week's.
Well, I hope it's not much further.
I hope you arrive before closing time.
Jim, I'll bet you're going to be one of my best customers.
Look, can you see what I can see?
There's not much of the pub about that, is there?
Well, it's the only building round here.
Yes, and there's the wood that's marked here.
Well, we better go and inquire.
Yes, I think we'd better get a move on before I get my feet wet. Jim! Jim! Skipper, won't be long now. Go on, get it.
More like a historical castle.
Well, we can't go any further. We better see if they can put us up for the night.
I wonder if there's anybody about.
How are we going to find out?
Get Jim to shout. Jim's always shouting.
Yes, go on, Jim.
Oi! Oi!
Again?
Oi!
Louder, louder!
I can't shout no louder. I got a sore throat.
Never mind about it at all. Leave it to me. Leave it to me. Now stand back, all of you. I've always been a woman with an aim in life. Now this is going to be one of the ruins that Riley knocked about a bit. got the right wavelength anyhow.
Pull harder.
Look at me! I'm King Kong on the swing swung. Oh, I went through the air with the greatest of ease.
Will, what do you want?
I want to see the governor of this jail, please.
What do you think this is, Dartmoor?
Yes, and I want a couple of cells for tonight.
Havers, woman. This is Riley's castle. I'm waiting for the new owner to take over.
Riley's castle? That's me. I'm the new owner. Here, this is my castle. Here's my rent book.
Come in, the new.
The new? If this is new, I wonder what an old one's like. So this is where your father was born. I told you he had blue blood in his veins, didn't I? Now I'm the owner of an hysterical castle. I bet there's some legends attached to this place, isn't there?
Esther, no. Esther, no.
Tell us one. Go on, tell us one.
It's a thing I dinna care to speak about.
Oh, it's all right, it's all right. We're all friends here, you know. We shall keep it to ourselves. Go on.
Oh, no, I dare not.
I say, don't be so creepy crawly. You make me feel as though I'm in the Chamber of Horrors.
That's the very name for it, woman. The Chamber of Horrors.
Has there been any murders here?
Thousands of them. Never a Riley has died in his bed.
Hey, where did they die?
On that very spot.
Change over. What happened to the wives?
That's a thing I dinna care to speak about.
Did they come to a sticky end?
Horrible. Horrible. It's a thing I dinna care to speak about.
I don't think I'll go to bed tonight.
Oh, Mother, don't be silly. Come on, don't stand here talking all night long.
Well, I think you better show us to our rooms, hmm?
Oh, I don't like the pattern of your oil cloth.
That's no pattern.
What is it?
It's a stain.
I'll rub that stain out in the morning.
You'll never rub that stain out.
Why not?
It's a blood stain.
Jim, will you get the luggage in for me? Come on. It's no good us staying here. Oh, what a big place to keep clean.
Oh, I don't think I like this.
A bit airy, isn't it?
What's there?
It's just the wind.
I couldn't do as much of that.
We'll soon cure that in the morning.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that. My poor mother suffered from wind all her life and nobody could cure it. Oh, look at the pictures. Who are they?
Them's the Rileys that's dead and gone.
Where's that one gone to?
That's a thing I dinna care to speak about.
What's that?
Come on, Jim. Come on. Does anybody think you were getting old and fading this face?
What have you got in there?
Things I didn't care to speak about. Now, Bright Eyes, where do we sleep?
Oh, I don't like the look of this.
Oh, it's all right. Don't let it get you down.
Hey, what room's this?
That's a thing I dinna care to speak about.
Why not?
It's the bridal chamber.
Oh, I'll have that.
Mother, the bridal chamber.
Yes, your father never gave me one when he married me.
Didn't he?
He wasn't fussy.
I'll show the lassie to her room.
Hey, he'll want one too.
Yon's your room, miss. You two'll sleep in there.
Are you sure this is not the bridal chamber?
No, this is where the last Riley laid him down indeed.
There's a gas escape in here.
No escape from this room.
Well, it's nice and quiet anyway. Mother?
I'm just giving Nobby a private view of the castle while it's nice and quiet. Come on, sweetheart.
You know, Mother shouldn't frighten us like that. Well, this place is getting on my nerves.
Well, you're probably tired, Miss Riley. You want a good night's rest?
Yes, let's go to bed.
You'll be all right then.
And where do you sleep if it's not a rude answer?
I don't sleep on it.
Insomnia or cold feet?
I know that, but I've always kept awake ever since. But that's a thing I don't care to speak about.
Never mind. You'll be about nice and early, and you can bring us our morning cup of tea. 2 lumps in mine, please. What's that? Who's there? Is that you, Kitty? Oh, I thought I heard something. Okay, you follow me. Hope this place is not going to make me creepy. Don't want to appear a silly fool or so. Faithful, don't let me down. Daughter, there's a man under my bed. He's got hold of my leg. Let me go. Let me go. You cad. Let me go. If you touch me, I'll brush your brains out with a hot pot. What's following me? What's following me?
There's nothing following you.
Oh, thank you, Doctor. Do you know, they are dancing again! Can you see it? Can you see it?
Of course I can. It's only a shadow.
If it's my shadow, it's got clogs on.
Oh, come on, Mommy. Don't behave like that. Be sensible now.
I could have sworn something was following me. I heard it as plain as anything.
I know, but it's all imaginary.
It's got me. It's got me.
No, what's got you?
One of the lions out of the menagerie.
Look, Mommy, you're just standing on a fur rug.
Well, so I am. Oh, I am a silly thing. Dear. There it is again. Can't you hear it? There is something behind me. What is it? What is it?
Look, Mother, that's all it is. It got caught in your dressing gown.
Well, I wonder who put that there. Fancy being afraid of it. What's coming over me?
Never mind, Mum. You're all right. Go to bed.
I didn't upset you, did I? You're not frightened? No, I'd hate to frighten you. Good night, daughter.
Good night, Mummy.
You ought to lock your door before you go to sleep tonight.
All right, Mother, I will.
Oh, there's no key in it. And there's no bolt.
You go to bed, Mother. Don't worry. Nobody will get in this room without me knowing it.
Abigail, Good night.
Good night, darling.
You're in your rightful place at last. Anyone can see this is where you belong. You know, your face just matches this granite wall. Now it does look like home. I wonder how those boys are getting on with the engine. I suppose they're beginning to feel a bit peckish. It's time I made them a cup of tea.
How's it going?
Afraid it's no use, Jim.
Go on, you got to keep slugging at it.
No, but what's the use? The whole thing's a washout. I was a fool to have faith in it from the start.
Ah, go on, that's not the way to talk. Come on, let me give you a hand.
No, I'm through.
There you are. What did I tell you? It's all been a waste of time and money. He'll never get it to work.
If he doesn't, that's all right. Gives the mason a better chance of completing the job first. It's once they get it to go, then somehow or other we've got to get rid of them and capture the apparatus for ourselves.
Riley, hot up and right. Boys, look around and you will see your fairy godmother with some sandwiches and tea. Riley, hot up and right. Will you come over here and take it?
Now, presently, Mother Riley.
No, don't let the tea get cold, please.
We're not very hungry.
I hope you're not getting jittery, John.
No, it's a question of this fuel.
Yes, we got to lower the viscosity.
The what, City?
The viscosity.
Oh, that's what my poor mother suffered with all her life. But when she bought herself an elastic stocking, she was a new woman. Why don't you get one, John?
No, you see, Mother Riley, this mixture's not volatile enough. And until we can find a higher flash point, we can't pass the pressure test.
Yes, but don't lose your patience. Don't lose your patience. Remember, anything worthwhile is always difficult to get.
Well, I think we're wasting our time. I've a good mind to smash the damn thing.
Don't let him do that! John, please. What is it? What is this trouble with the...
Now, look, the whole thing in a nutshell is this. This solution that we've been working on should, if mixed together in equal quantities, do the trick.
But it won't.
Well, if that doesn't make the wheels go round, why don't you try a drop of this?
Look what you've done.
What have I done? What have I done?
Look, it works.
I know it's gone, look.
And I did it!
Riley, the mother of invention. What did you use? Quick, get this down. Get this down.
Diamino, trinitrofluorochloride.
Incredible. Well, we must do something. Scare them or something. Get them in such a nervous state they don't know what they're doing.
You can leave that to me.
I'm not guilty. Please don't hang me. Don't hang me. I've never been hanged before. Not guilty. Not guilty.
Hey.
Oh, the hangman is here. No, it's you. Oh, I'm glad you came.
Are you all right?
Oh, I'm all right now. But I've had a terrible dream.
Aye, but are you sure it was only a dream?
Of course I'm... What do you mean?
Heard it again, Minnie.
You heard it.
Ghastly it was.
What was ghastly? What was
It
ghastly?
seemed to hover on this door.
What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about?
It always brings disaster.
What brings disaster?
Listen! Can you not hear it?
I can. Where's it coming from?
Look!
Daughter! Daughter!
Be quiet, Mother. You're making enough noise to wake the dead.
They are dead and I didn't waken them. The castle's all taken.
Don't be so silly, Mother. There's no such thing.
There is, listen.
I can't hear a sound.
Oh, I can't hear anything myself now. Perhaps I was dreaming after all. I'm sorry, daughter.
It's all right, Mother. Go on to bed.
Look!
John, come here!
I'm not going to wait for John to come here. I'm going to John.
Come on, Mother.
John, Jim, John.
There's nobody here.
Oh, yes, there is.
Oh!
We've been waiting for you.
Don't bother to wait anymore. We're gone. This way. Let's get in here. Oh, what a night. What a night.
Now listen, Mother. I still don't believe in ghosts. I think there's some funny business going on.
I think you're right.
Oh, listen. He's coming across the hall.
I'll see whether he's a ghost or not.
Be careful.
I'll warm him.
Why, it's Jim.
Oh, I'm sorry, love. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was you.
Oh, come on, Jim. Pull yourself together. You'll be all right in a moment or two.
Did he hurt you, love?
Why, what's the matter?
Where have you been?
Well, I heard a lot of noise, so I went down to see if the model was all right.
Oh, there's been such goings on here tonight.
I heard him too. That's why I came down to see if John was all right.
Oh, I wish we'd never come to this place.
Yes, things are certainly very queer. Well, you two better go and get dressed. I'll go and keep an eye on the model, and Jim can stay here and keep watch. Now, hurry.
Come on, daughter. And if anybody starts any funny business, I'll give them something to laugh at.
Oh, come on,
daughter.
First part of your plan has worked anyway. I've frightened the life out of them.
Good work. Now we must capture them one by one as quickly as we can.
That won't be difficult. Come on, we'll report here in 10 minutes.
Did you hear anything?
No, what did it sound like? Jim. Jim.
Jim!
Jim.
Jim! Oh, Mother, perhaps he's in the library.
Let's go look. Come on. Jim.
He's not here.
Jim. Jim. Daughter, the door's locked. I wonder who's done it.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it isn't that caretaker. I never did trust that man.
I don't trust him myself. He's got such a canister look.
But it doesn't matter about that now, Mother. We're trapped. What are we going to do?
Just a minute, daughter. Oh, I can't see a thing. I wish I knew how to pick a lock. It's a pity my education was so sadly neglected. Well, where do we go from here? I'll get out of here if I have to break the door down. Now, daughter, just you pass me the poker and Daughter. Where are you, daughter? Don't tell me you've gone too. Daughter, you're frightening me. Where are you? Oh, Jenny. Daughter! Daughter! Now I'm with no mood to play hide and seek. Have you opened the ground and swallowed it? I mean, has the ground opened and swallowed you? Daughter! Tell your mother, where are you? Daughter! Jim! Daughter! Ah! Daughter! 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 Oh, weren't they lucky in the old days? They had their Anderson shelters made to measure. Daughter, come here, Mary.
Well,
Everything under control?
Well, we've got the girl and the other chap safely out of harm's way already.
Everything seems to have worked perfectly.
Well, we can tie him up in here later. Meanwhile, what are we going to do about the old woman and that inventor chap?
I think I can manage the old woman. The inventor lad's the difficulty.
Don't you realize he's the most important one of the lot?
Ah, but you've got to go careful. You must find out where the specification is before you capture him.
He's quite right, Wallander. But how's it to be done? We've got to work fast. The owners of the castle will be back on Saturday.
Oh, you must all be gone by then and the place tidied up or I'll be losing my job.
Well, I think I've got an idea, boss.
What is it?
Have you ever noticed how much Ned here looks like the old woman?
What on earth are you talking about?
Why, McAdam can get the dame locked up. Then Ned could dress up in her clothes and look like her in the dark, couldn't he? Then he could make this inventor guy do anything.
You're all crazy. How can I be Mother Riley? As soon as I open my mouth, I'll give the show away.
You do as we tell you. I think you've got something there, Spike.
I've looked for her everywhere. Can't find her anywhere. She must be somewhere, because you can't go nowhere. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Ah! Oh, it's you. What do you want? What's going on? Where's my daughter?
I've come to warn you.
About what?
The disaster I told you about's here. Somebody's trying to steal the young man's invention.
Where are they? Let me get at him. I'll show him. I'll show him.
Take it easy, woman. I'm here to help you to diddle the thieves.
Oh, if I only had me boots and saddle, I'd riddle them. Get your man! Get your man!
Listen, woman. We've got to get the young man away in your horse and cart.
I'd better go and tell him at once.
Not at all, not at all. Give me a note for John.
I'm sorry I haven't got a note. Will 10 shillings in copper do?
Write the note to John, telling him to meet you at the stables. I'll see he joins you there.
Certainly. How many G's in John?
Dear John.
Dear John.
Danger.
Danger.
Must leave castle at once.
Leave castle at once.
Do everything McAdam tells you.
Do everything McAdam tells you.
P.S.
P.S.
Don't forget to bring specification.
Don't forget to bring specification. Mother Riley. There.
Thank you. That's just what I wanted.
Now I'll have another look for my daughter.
Stop where you are.
Hey, look, there's one of the thieves. Catch him, go on, catch him!
We're doing all the catching. You're a prisoner.
A prisoner? A prisoner? But in my own castle?
Ah, this is no your castle. That was just a ruse to get you and the young man here with his invention.
His invention? Well, I'm below zero. So you're in it too. You're one of them as well, are you?
Yes, but...
Don't tell me. I know. It's a thing you didn't care to speak about. Yeah. Let me out! Let me out! You can't keep me in here! You can't keep me here!
Can't we?
Let me out!
You can save yourself the trouble of yelling. It won't do you any good. I'll keep guard here just to be on the safe side. As soon as Ned's ready, you see that inventor fella gets the note.
Okay.
Open this door! Open this door! Let me out! Let me out! Open this door! Open this door!
Come on. Are you not ready yet? Hurry up, man.
So, very well, you to say hurry up. Why did they pick on me to play Mother Riley? Why didn't you do it?
Me? With a great beard. That'd be a fool. Here, try this on. Go on.
How do I look?
Not bad. Not at all bad. In the dark, you'll pass for the old woman, all right. Come on, now. Get the rest of your things on while I deliver this note to the young man.
You can't do this to me. Yes, you can. You've done it, but you're not going to get away with it. Open the door, I say. Open the door. You can't keep me here forever. If you do, I'll die. I'll die. That's it. I'll die and I'll kill myself. I'm going to commit Strusenstrike, and I'm going to do it now. Don't go away. I'm going to kill myself, and you'll be had up for woman slaughter. That's what you'll be had up for.
Oh, pipe down.
That's my last girdle. I'm going. I'm going. I'm halfway there. I'm on the last lap. Everything grows dim. I'm getting weaker and weaker. I'm nearly a fortnight. Get ready. I'm gone.
You're the very man I want to see. What's going on around here? Ooh, there's thieves about, sir. Thieves? Oh, but there's no need to worry. Here's a wee note for Mr. Riley.
Oh, thank you. Right, I'll be there.
Just that old woman. Look out, here he comes. Now you know what to do.
Here I am, Mother Riley. I got your note. Look, here are the plans. Where are the others?
That's all we wanted. Stick 'em up.
What's all this about, Mother Riley?
That's not Mother Riley.
I'm in Ned Grey, I am.
Are you crazy?
No. But it's a jolly good disguise, isn't it? One of these days I'll go on the pictures.
Come on, hurry up. He's waiting for them. Now, come down with me.
What's all this about?
Well, it's company for you.
Well, as soon as we got the specification, we can beat it back to town.
What about Mason?
Oh, don't worry about him. I can bluff that through with Cartwright at the board meeting. Tell him the whole thing's a failure. It's got to be abandoned.
Oh, that's a good idea. Then we can go right ahead and cash in on this to the highest bidder.
That's the idea. Come on, let's find Ned Grey.
I don't care what else they get, as long as they don't get this.
Nice work, that, Ned. Now get back to the others. They know what to do. Clever disguise, that, you know. Nearly had me fooled.
Smart lad, that.
Car's all ready, boss.
Good. See that none of that bunch escape, Joe.
Okay, boss. They're as good as dead already.
Have you seen Spike anywhere?
No, not for some time.
I didn't like it. I left him here guarding the old woman.
What?
Will we go in and have a look?
Sure.
Well, what's happened, man? What's happened?
The old woman, she must have knocked me on the head.
Where is she?
She got away.
Ah, you incompetent idiot. Come on, get after her. There she is. Grab her. Quick, quick.
Well, that settled her.
Why, you big palooka, it's Ned.
What? Then where is she?
You've got to find her. Away with ye. Quick.
Come on.
Where is she? The old faggot. Where is she? Where's the old besom? I'll pay you for this woman.
That's a thing I have me use to do.
Ah! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Is this shelter private or can anybody use it? Why, it's Jim! Kitty. Oh, daughter, I've been looking all over for you. Oh, I've searched this castle inside out. I've searched every crook and nanny, and here you are all
Never
the time.
mind about me, Mother. See to John, quick.
Oh, yes, I will. You know, I don't think there's anything worse than being tongue-tied, do you?
Well, that's a relief anyway. Can you undo us?
No, I can't untie these knots. Jim, pass me a knife. Now, Jim, where do you keep the pocket knife?
I'm sorry to have got you into this mess, Miss Riley.
I'm afraid this is all my fault.
Yours? How?
Well, you know that time you were pretty desperate for money?
Yes.
Well, I went to see Mr. Warrender, and...
Don't be silly. Will you stop giggling? I can't have this being a ticklish situation. Here it is. I'll soon have you free. Oh, you haven't half got yourself into a knot.
So you see, in trying to help you, I must have put them on our track. Are you very cross with me?
Cross? No, I think you're wonderful, Kitty. Fancy you doing all that for me.
Give me your hands. I'll soon put you into circulation.
You know, I always thought that you looked upon me as a sort of gatecrasher.
Perhaps I did at first.
Oh, and what made you change your mind?
I don't know, unless you did, John. I mean, Mr. Wright.
Yes, but I heard you the first time, Kitty. Now, listen, there's something I've been thinking about. I wanted to talk to you for a long time.
What is it, John?
Well, Kitty, I...
No one upstairs. We'll see if she's down in the dungeons. Come on.
Jim, they're coming. Quick, free Kitty and John and then come to me. Jim, get ready to catch them as they fall. Now who's king of the castle?
I've called you here this morning, gentlemen, to discuss the second report on the new fuel that Mason's been working on since our last meeting with him.
Morning, Mr. Cartwright.
Morning. Morning, gentlemen. Morning. Any news of Mason and his progress?
Well, I'm sorry to inform you that Mason is rather inclined to abandon the whole project.
That's an extraordinary statement. After advancing him money for the past 6 months. Where is Mason?
He's outside.
Well, bring him in at once. And let him give an explanation of himself.
Well, you remember, I was rather afraid of this proposition from the beginning. And I'm not at all disappointed at its failure.
Ah, Mason. Mr. Warrender's just informed me that you wish to abandon this project of the new fuel. Is that true?
Well, I'm afraid so. Things haven't gone so well as I'd wished.
Yes, and things are going to be worse and worse for you and you and you. Good morning, one and all. I hope I'm not late again, Mr. Cartwright. I've come to clean up.
You've been sacked. You've no right here.
Shall I send for the police, sir?
Yes, send for them. You'll need them. Do you know, sir, you are surrounded by a nest of crooked crooks.
Well, you won't be wanting me to...
Sit down, I'll pull a tin hat on you. Are you aware, sir, that the new fuel has been discovered? And these crooks are going to put it on the market in front of you. They're trying to double-cross you. They've stolen the specifications. Look at this. Look at that.
You impertinent baggage. You dare put this before me?
The only association I've had with these two has been in a purely legal manner.
All right, Windy. You're not the only one that's been fooled in this matter. You thought these were the real thing when he stole them from me in the castle. Would you like to see the real specifications?
I would.
You will. Kitty, forward, please, with the specifications.
Here they are. I hope you find them interesting.
Interesting. Interesting. By Jove, I should say I do. Why, this absolutely solves the problem of the new fuel.
Would you like to meet the inventor?
I should be delighted.
Bet your life you will.
Good morning, Father.
John. My boy.
And the inventor.
Inventor? You?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
I always knew you were a rail Cartwright, just as I always knew you'd come back.
Yes, Father, you were right when you said my right place was here in the business. I hope my efforts will prove worthy of our name. Now meet Kitty.
Your wife?
Not yet, but she soon will be.
Well, it is a magnificent piece of work, John. My congratulations.
Thank you, Father, but I can't take all the credit. You must meet the other members of the syndicate. This is Mr. Jim Hartop.
How do you do? How are you, Governor?
And last but not least, someone to whom we owe all our success, Mother Riley.
Well, it seems, Mrs. Riley, I'm greatly in your debt. How can I thank you?
By putting this amongst the Cartwrights.